EDC. I put up a YouTube post and it seems that a lot of people are interested in everyday carry items. Now, my everyday carry items do fluctuate and change, but there's certain essential pieces that I must have whenever I travel. So let's roll my motherfucking music so I can put you onto some of my EDC essentials.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This your boy. C to the U to the B to the A. So my EDC does change from day to day, but there's certain essentials that I need with me on a daily basis that just help me feel like cohesive, make me feel like one, make me feel like myself. I do a couple of extracurricular activities, I do some training, and I do other things that really help formulate what my EDC is going to be like for that particular day. Now, starting my EDC introduction would be a pair of sunglasses. I wear sunglasses every single day. I'm a sunglass enthusiast. I have over 100 pairs from all different varieties, brands, and price points. I find myself, the older I get, a little bit more light sensitive to certain things, but it's just now second nature for me to wear sunglasses, and it just is part of my comfort level and look. Aesthetically, I like a variety of sunglasses ranging from super minimal to ridiculously outlandish. Now, these particular ones are called Talons. They're Japanese made acetate titanium, and they're called Talons because of the talons on the top and on the bottom, if you can see them here. These are very lightweight, super comfortable, very fashionable, quite expensive, but again, I have from all different varieties, and these are not my everyday, but a pair of sunglasses is essential in my EDC kit. Next one of my other EDC pieces is my Taser Pulse. This is the non-Bluetooth version. I believe the Bluetooth version is the Pulse Plus, which has a Bluetooth option. So what happens is once you turn on the taser, which is a flick of a wrist, it has a red dot option and a flashlight, and you actually shoot the projectile. What happens is the projectile, once it shoots, it sets off a Bluetooth signal to the nearest police department, advising them that you're in some sort of danger and you shot off the projector from the taser. I didn't want the Bluetooth option for personal reasons. But the Taser Pulse can be used with or without the projectiles just by removing the cartridge as so. You turn it on and it can be a close encounter taser if need be. It comes with a couple of different cartridges, and it's a less lethal option for self-protection that you can just carry easily, very compact, put in a holster, put in your switch, put in your shorts, and keep it pushing. Next one. Obviously, I am a fragrance and jewelry content creator amongst other things, so I always have some sort of jewelry on, and this is actually one of my most comfortable daily wear pieces. It's my custom pendant with my Prism Franco, and this pendant was made by Daniel Jewelry Inc. It's essentially the apartment door that I grew up in and all my beautiful memories were when I lived with my grandparents. So you just pop it open, it's fully functional, as you can see there. And it has my grandparents' name in the background. So this is kind of my daily wear, which is about 2 millimeters and 22 inches in length. I always have some sort of jewelry on, but usually this one is like most significant. It's the lightest when I want to just be comfortable and don't want to think about it too much and not wear my Cuban. I'll have this little piece on as my daily reminder. Now, in my recent EDC development, one of the things that I always wanted was a fire multi-tool, and Leatherman has always been a brand that's been ingrained in my head as top American quality. Everybody who has a multi-tool and has a Leatherman has had it for years, almost decades, and the thing still holds up. So I finally bucked up and got this one recently. So this is my very first Leatherman, and this is the Leatherman Wave Plus. And I got it in that matte black finish, and of course I had to add a little bit of a custom flair to it because everything I do has to have some custom. Now, I'm not a Leatherman expert. I've just always wanted one. And I like the fact that, you know, it's high quality items. The pliers are remarkable. It has the wire cutters on the bottom. Obviously, it comes in with its knife, which I always carry a knife, a file, mini saw, 2 mini saws, screwdriver bits, etc. So I'm a person who deals with a lot of camera equipment, rigs. I'm always in the range with different firearms, optics, and things of that nature. So a multi-tool like this as an everyday carry for me is essential. There's always something breaking. As somebody who owns a studio and owns a home, etc., there's always something that you need a multi-tool for some reason. A kid's toy, you gotta change the batteries, you gotta adjust this, you gotta tweak that, you gotta cut this. So a multi-tool for me was something that I needed because I'm used to carrying what I call my little leather/box opener, and that's my Kershaw Launch 4. This is an awesome knife that I've had with me for years. Super compact, American made as well, And this was like an everyday carry for me for my boxes. As a content creator, I'm always buying, shipping, opening packages, opening up boxes, breaking down boxes. So this is a super handy tool that comes in clutch, fits in that little cocaine pocket, as I like to call it, in your jeans. And it's fantastic, super sharp letter opener. Now this might still live in my bag or on my person since the Leatherman is more of a multi-tool use, but I love my Kershaw Launch 4. I've sharpened it quite a few times and it still takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Next one. So with that being said, one of my babies is my Glock 19 that's almost fully customized. So this weapon is not loaded, there is no magazine, there is nothing in the chamber, but as you can see, it's a fully custom piece. So we're looking at a Zev Omen slide, we're looking at Safari Precision barrel, as well as an Olight PL Mini. With the trigger, you can see the light, you can kind of depress it with your finger or just hold it. So as you can see, I have that black and gold motif with the Churchicorn RMR on it. I got the Ameriglow orange dot sights, and again, little gold features all over it. But I wanted something a little bit more compact. Although this is mid-size and not the largest option, Glock's reliability is known all over the world, but honestly, Glock triggers are really gritty unless you break them in. Some people absolutely love them. I like to modify everything that I do. So I've recently acquired a Glock 43X MOS. Also, this is not loaded as well. There's nothing in it. Trigger pull, all golden. So this is slightly modified with a Hollow Sun 507K. Haven't done the sights as of yet. I did do a barrel swap with the Superior Precision polished barrel. It's brand spanking new, as you can tell. Usually I do all the internal changes, triggers still stock. This gun is pretty much stock. It comes optics ready, so I just put the Hollow Sun on it. But it's gonna be completely modified with some stippling work, some more cuts, probably an aftermarket slide, because that's just my personal preference. And I like the weapon to cycle thoroughly while being very compact and concealable. Now, the Glock 43X was not my first choice, to be honest with you. I was kind of leaning towards the Hellcat, but the Glock for me is kind of like an old school Honda Civic that there's parts everywhere. You can modify it to the gills and you can make it into pretty much whatever you want to be. And that's kind of why I selected the Glock 43. I'm very comfortable with the Glock platform, although I have weapons from other manufacturers, but as an EDC daily carry, the 43X was just a little bit more comfortable option. Another everyday carry necessity, chapstick. I need Blistex, and this one says dad on it because my son and I are chapstick fiends whenever we go outside, and sometimes I forget these in my bag, so you'll see my ashy ass lips on camera because I be forgetting them in the bag because I have to take them with me on the go. That's just a necessity. I think every dude should carry some sort of chapstick so you don't look like you were just sucking on a 1980s dry eraser. Next one. Now you guys know I also have a men's fragrance channel, which is a larger channel, and it's predominantly the big bulk of my business in the fragrance space. So I always carry some sort of fragrance in a fragrance decanter. Now this one is from a company called Scentbird. I have collaborated with them with over 7 years in different pieces of content, and these kind of decants are a clutch to just keep in your glove box, in your carry bag, or even in your pocket. Now with this one, you can select the fragrance on their website, you can subscribe, do whatever the hell you want, and this one is Memo French leather, which is a new acquisition that I've gotten in my collection, and it smells absolutely fantastic. Super masculine, very sexy, earthy, spicy leather with a little bit of a dry nuance, as well as a bright alcoholic little tinge in it. It's a beautiful scent profile, and again, these little joints unlock, spray, keep it pushing, lock it back up, put it in your bag, and honestly gives you no reason why you should be out here funky in them streets, pre, post gym, out in the field, whatever. You should always carry some sort of fragrance decant, at least I do. Next one. Another thing, I always like to jot ideas, get inspiration, so I always got a notepad and a pen. These particular pens are some of my favorites. These are the Energel from Pentel. Very thin, easy clicker pens. Just write any ideas, any thoughts, any inspiration, any task that I have to do. I sometimes think that writing is just a little bit better than always on your phone and shit. It just picks you up and takes you out of that matrix world that we're living in. So a pen and a small notebook is something that I always need to have on me. And finally, of course, you need your wallet. Now, this is my card holder, and this is an affluent card holder in a blue pebble leather, which is about to explode because I treat this card holder like a wallet, which is completely defeating the purpose of having a card holder. Essentially what you should be doing, keeping it minimal and not stuffing it with a bunch of stuff, but I'm always moving around with my businesses and doing different things, so I always find myself needing a membership card for this, that, and the third, this particular card for the brand, this for this. So I'm always moving around doing 1,000 things. So I find this to be overstuffed. Now this card holder has been with me for a very long time, and I'm gonna have to get a new one to actually minimize the amount of cards that I carry on this joint, but it's an everyday carry. So I hope you guys enjoyed this list. Again, my everyday carry does essentially change, but this is just giving you guys some ideas and perspective of everyday carry. If you guys want to continue seeing different content, please feel free to share the suggestions below. I will still continue to do the jewelry content, of course, but I want to switch it up a bit so it doesn't get boring and redundant. I love y'all motherfuckers from the heart, and I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know it is biggest in the game. Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. For the fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.